Hello everybody, King here. I run a Minecraft server for those of you who don't know, and very recently we have decided to update it to 1.21.1. It used to be on 1.20.4, but a lot of things were breaking and no updates were being added to our plugins, so that's why it took as long as it did to get to this point. I was trying to record a video to show you guys how I do all of this stuff, but the footage got corrupted. I wanted to show you guys the process of running a Minecraft server and also take some time to formally invite you guys to join my server. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So this first bit of footage that you guys see here, it's actually just me trimming down the world size. I had downloaded it from my previous host, and so it was all on my computer, and it was a very big file. And in fact, I think I've got the notes here. So after I had downloaded the world file, it was 71.5 gigabytes in size, which as you can imagine is massive for a Minecraft world. After I had trimmed it all down, it was somewhere around 12 gigabytes. So we just started with the nether and the end. I actually did the end without any recording whatsoever because I wasn't even thinking about it. But I got the end out of the way, and it was really easy. However, it turns out I have broken something since then with that, and now the new end portal structures aren't generating to take you back to the mainland. So then I moved on to the nether. It was pretty simple here as well. All I had to do is just make sure I deleted any chunk that didn't have somebody in it for longer than 5 minutes. Then I just cleaned up the area around it just to make sure the generation didn't get very wonky. And then the overworld was also pretty simple. Same deal there. If you weren't 5 minutes in that one chunk, then we're going to delete it. And then I cleaned up around that so nobody got some weird generation right in the middle of their world. Even though I still did mess that up, and the proof of it was on my live stream a couple days ago. I was trying to find some trial chambers, and I found one that generated in like a 2-chunk span. And I realized that's what I deleted, but it didn't delete anybody's builds, so that's the most important part. Of course, after you update it all, then you have to move to your new host. In my case, I went ahead and moved on to KingReg hosting. So then after all of that was all said and done, we had the host, we had the proxy, I had to upload the world into the new server. So I did that while I slept one night, and I came back the next day, tried to get it all running. I realized something though. I have no idea how in the world a proxy works. That was a lot of fun to mess with, and luckily eventually after like several tries of completely resetting one server, I eventually got it all to work. And so I'm now running a velocity server on one thing, but it's still broken. I need to fix that after this recording so that it looks all right. But it just says something like a velocity server and there's no icon for the server image. So I definitely need to go fix that. Anyway, after all that was all said and done, then we were like, okay, now I gotta go test it. So I go back onto the main server, and I realize all my plugins are still out of date. Everything's updated to 1.21.1, but all my plugins are out of date. So I had to go back through and update every single one, which I think is somewhere around 20-something, if I'm not mistaken. And some of them still aren't working perfectly, so I need to go see if I can fix that. However, most of them are working now. And as it turns out, some of them weren't completely updated to the public, and so I have some development versions, like for the Quests plugin, I had to compile that from GitHub myself, and Core Protect as well. And then, even after all of that was all said and done, it was time to test it all. So I went ahead and logged on my Bedrock account, because the server does run Geyser, and it wasn't working. And then I found out how Geyser works on proxies. You have to install Floodgate and Geyser onto your proxy server, but you also need Floodgate on your main server in order for skins to work. So there's all this on and off restarting two different servers make sure it's all working. Eventually they'll get it all going. So Geyser on these servers, you have to proxy, and then the Floodgate on the main server can be proxy. And then after all that was all said and done, Java was working, Bedrock was working. Great, everything's fine, right? Wrong. So as of right now, I've still got some bugs to figure out, and I'm going to try to be working on those this week. I thought it would be right of me to go ahead and just share this with you. Since I'm not perfect, I thought, oh yeah, let me tell you guys some of our issues that we still have with the current server. So right now, I think it's having an issue verifying some messages. So it does kick you occasionally when you try to send a message, which sucks. You can't select your title, your prefix anymore, so I'm trying to work on fixing that. Also, alongside this, I promoted a moderator to admin status. Preserve Pi is a wonderful addition to the team, and he's going to do a great job. And of course, that's not everything that goes into running a server. You know, there's the planning phase, which we've been planning for ages on ages and ages on this update. And, you know, most of it we didn't even do, but we have the plans in place so that when we get the manpower in to help us run the server, we can get it all going and running, and everything's gonna be so good. And of course, there's one more thing that I've been working on here, and that's been trying to get us onto the official Minecraft server listing. I want to share this server with everybody, so I'm sharing it with you guys, I'm sharing it with my Twitch community, my Discord community, and I'm also going to try to share it with the Minecraft server community. Now, if you guys want to join my server, it is both Bedrock and Java compatible. I'm going to recommend that you join the Discord and check things out there, but if you can't join it, I'm going to go ahead and point you to the official server listing elsewhere in the link in the description. I myself stream on it every Monday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. EST. It's mainly focused around building, but we're trying to get some events rolling again. Right now we have Quests. Quests is a wonderful plugin that lets us give you a task to do and give you a reward in return. It's very much vanilla based, but nonetheless, we'd love to have you on the server and hanging out with us. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. This video took me 10 minutes to record. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter than that. It was going to be a longer video too, so aren't you glad that all my footage got corrupted? I'm glad. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about running a server, go ahead and put them in the comments down below or put them in my Discord, and I'd love to answer those in another video for you, maybe at some point soon. Thank you guys for watching. My name has been King, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.